I'm going to do a video now about Amir Khan and Kell Brook. Is the fight going to happen? Because I'm starting to wonder if this fight's ever going to be on at all, and I think if it don't happen, it's going to be a shame, innit? It's going to be one big shame, because we've got two guys here who promised so much, and I think it were all took away from them with circumstances. I think that Amir Khan, although he's got a better CV than Kell Brook, he's beat 10 world champions. Same as Joe Calzaghe, same as Carl Froch. Now Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler only had 7 wins over world champions. So you've got to say that Amir Khan's in the elite bracket, innit? He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Now Kell Brook, you'd have had Kell Brook down as an Hall of Famer when he were ripping through welterweight division, but let's just look at Amir's record, because he's 32-4, right, with 20 knockouts. He's probably the quickest fighter in world boxing at the moment. He was 18-0, and then he lost against Brady's Prescott. Fair enough, he got caught, didn't he, in round 1. Come back, he beat that Fagan. Then he fought Barrera, beat Barrera, Ketelnik, Salita, Paulie Malignaggi, Maidana, McCloskey, Zeb Judah. He lost against Lamont Peterson. I thought he got robbed. He got caught against Danny Garcia. He beat Molina, Diaz, Collazo, Devin Alexander, Chris Algieri. And then he got overmatched against Alvarez, who were just too big and probably juiced out of his mind. Knocked out Lebreco, and he's fighting Vargas. Now, nobody can really say that his record's bad, can they? Because he's not ducked anybody, has he? I mean, even Vargas has got a decent record. He's probably C-class, isn't he, Vargas? He's there to lose, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's there to lose. He's been stopped a couple of times before. He's box rec 52, so he's not going to beat Amir, is he? You know, Amir's your cream in here, Olympic silver medalist. You know, he's box rec number 11, he's number 1 in Britain. But you'd have to say, wouldn't you, that Amir's a favourite going into that fight against Vargas. And then you've got Kell Brook. Now, I feel sorry for Kell Brook in a way. I've been very critical about Kell Brook, but I feel very, very sorry for him for the simple reason that I felt he got used off Eddie Hearn when Eddie needed a favour to fill the Eubank void in. I felt that Kell Brook was used. Now, that's just my opinion. It's nobody else's opinion, it's my opinion. You do not put elite welterweights in with killer, undefeated middleweights without even fighting at light middle or fighting at middleweight. It's something you don't do. Now, Kell's got a good career, he's 37-2, but the 2 defeats he's had, Golovkin he shouldn't have been in with, and Spence, you wouldn't have had that fight, a massive punching, massive welterweight. You wouldn't have had that as your comeback fight after Golovkin, but he had no choice, did he? For the simple reason that he had to do his mandatory, didn't he? So he was in a catch-22 one situation. But if you go through his career, the first time he fought a former world champion, looking at this, was Philip Cotte. Let's have a look. Or it Love More Undo. No, I think it was Love More Undo, wasn't it? Yeah, Love More Undo were the first world champion Kell Brook's beat. And then he beat was Saldivia a former champion? Let's have a look. No, I don't think he were he? No. No, I don't think he were. But he's beat Senchenko, Sean Porter, Senchenko, and Love More and Do. That's basically it. Has he beat 3, Kell? I thought he beat 4. He's beat 3 or 4. There's another one. I can't think which one it is now. Going through this. He won Michael Jennings, although that's a good win. And Michael Jennings would be a world champion today, wouldn't he? Love More and Do, Senchenko, Sean Porter. Kell's not beat a world champion, has he, since Sean Porter? Which is, I don't know, it's not good, is it? I don't think it's good. But what can you do? He's still got a good record though, Kell, even though he's beat 3 world champions. But I think it sort of tailed off for him, didn't it, really, after he fought Sean Porter. It sort of, they matched him terribly and he got that much stick. They then overmatched him. See, that's the problem. You try and pad your record out and get some wins together, like Jojo, Dan, Frankie, Gavin, Kevin, Bizier, and then you jump in with Golovkin. Come on, you can't do that. You can't jump in with Golovkin 2 years after a competitive fight against Porter. Bad matchmaking and mismanagement. People can say you're being very critical there, Porky, but that's my opinion. I mean, Kell Brook at the moment is in no man's land, isn't he? Where is Kell Brook now without Amir Khan? He can't just jump in with Manny Pacquiao, can he? But Kell can't he? Because they were sparring partners with him. You know, they were together, weren't they, in the same camp? But Kell Brook is in no man's land. No man's land. And I feel sorry for him because he's probably best welterweight we're ever going to have. He's probably a better welterweight than Amir because he's really a light welter, isn't he? Amir's faster than him. He don't punch as hard, but he's faster than him. Better footwork, better pedigree. But Amir's got options. He can fight Manny Pacquiao at Christmas, and the Brook fight's still there, isn't it? If he loses, if he beats Manny Pacquiao, the Brook fight's even bigger. But he's going to want to fight Kell Brook at 147, isn't he? He told me that in Bolton when I was with my pal at that hotel that Amir stays at. So as far as I'm concerned, Kell will probably know he's got to fight him at 147. But without Amir Khan, where does Kell Brook go? Where's he go? I don't know. You know, I think Kell's in a situation now where he'd probably take a 60-40 split in Amir's favour. If Amir beats somebody in a pay-per-view this Christmas, and it's not Kell Brook, he fights somebody else, and he gets a good win on board, he's going to be calling shots in that fight. He'll be calling what weight they want to fight at, and trust me, Kell will take that at 147. Because if he don't, where's he going to go? His career were really ruined once they fed him to Golovkin. The Errol Spence one, should have had another fight before he fought him. He did well in that fight, but I think mentally he wasn't right after that loss against Golovkin. I don't think he were right. Now that's just my opinion. Nobody else needs to have that opinion, it's just mine. But it is what it is, isn't it? So, as far as I'm concerned, Kell Brook needs Amir Khan. And I want to see that fight, but I think Amir Khan's got other ideas. I think he'll want to get another pay-per-view in and know that the Kell Brook fight is always there. Now, it is what it is, innit? So, but it's a good fight. But is it overcooked now? I don't know. Is it? It remains to be seen, doesn't it? But I want to see the fight, and I want to see Kell Brook get another payday. I feel he deserves it. He's a South Yorkshire lad like me. Don't live far from me. I'm a Kell Brook fan. I'm also an Amir Khan fan as well. I think Amir's got more in his arsenal than Kell, and I think he's got more options than Kell, because he's like a megastar, isn't he, Amir Khan? And I feel for Kell in a way, because he had the world at his feet. Big Vegas nights were beckoning when he won that welterweight title. He could have really put himself on the mark and been a bit on the map and been a big star. And I think he's tried to help Eddie Hearn out of a situation with the Eubank fight, and I think it's backfired. I think Eddie's probably said to him, look Kell, you're a beast at middleweight, you're a beast. You'll be bigger than Golovkin on night. Look at your arms, look at your abs. And I think Kell's been, he's had his arse tickled by a feather by Eddie. I think what's happened then, they said to him, and you've still got an insurance policy if Golovkin beats you. You've still got another pay-per-view, Kell. I think he's been drawn in by 2 pay-per-view fights, and maybe a bit of greed, and maybe a bit of somebody in his ear-hole, maybe his dad or his trainer, maybe Eddie Hearn. I think he's maybe got overpowered, thinking about money and blah-de-blah, and I think it's all got the better of him. And I think that he's in a situation now where he's got to take that fight. He's got to take that fight now. But where does he go if he don't take the Amir Khan fight? Where does he go? He don't go anywhere, does he? He's not going anywhere if he don't take that fight. Look at Kell's head there, it looks like a skull. Look at that. Looks like a skull. Scully we should call him. Look at him there. Against Errol Spence. You can see he's struggling with weight. Look at that. I don't know, I think it's a shame, but he could have been our Terry Norris, Kell. He could have done some real damage, but I think, as I've just said, mismanagement, bad timing, and jumping in at the wrong time instead of being patient. I mean, let's have it right, Kell Brook was the champ. He was the champ, he should have been calling the shots. And it's not worked out for him. He's done Eddie Hearn a favour with the Golovkin fight. And that's basically it, really. I mean, it's not so long ago that Sky had it all mocked up, didn't they? Look at this here, June 10th, O2 Arena. Khan versus Brook. That's what they were looking at, weren't they? They wanted it so badly. Oh, it didn't happen, did it? It never happened. Now, there's only one person to blame for that. In my opinion, so far, it's been Eddie Hearn. Prolonging fights and being greedy. He's been very greedy, but I think Kell and his team around, and they need to look at themselves and ask themselves, have we ruined probably the greatest welterweight of our era to come from Britain, and maybe could have dominated America? He could have been a dominant force up to 40-0. If he'd have stuck in his lane, stayed in his weight class, he could have been the dog's bollocks. Amir's already a megastar anyway, he's already been there, but Kell could have dominated in a weight division if he'd have not listened to Eddie Hearn. That's my opinion. So, and I'm going to stick to my opinion. I still think he can salvage his career, but he'd have to fight Amir at 147. So, anyway, shout out to Robin Reed Multivitamins. There you go, Robin. There's a free plug for you there, mate. A free plug of the Robin Reed multivitamins. I've gone from 28 stone to under 17 taking these, boys and girls. They're the dog's nuts. But yeah, let's wish Amir and Kell all the best, but it looks like Amir's going to have a pay-per-view fight this year at Christmas. Who it's going to be against, I don't know. But let's hope it's Kell Brook. If not, it'll be Manny Pacquiao against Amir, and Kell will be treading water waiting for Amir. I mean, by the looks of it, Amir's not in a rush to fight Kell. He knows that fight's always there. So Kell's not going to take a risk with them cheekbones of his, is he, before he fights Amir? He's going to want to take his time and just tread water till he gets Amir, because if anything, if he fights a puncher and gets caught, he could be in a right mess, couldn't he? He might never fight again. But we're going to see, aren't we? We're going to see. But that's my opinion on the Khan Brook situation. I think it will happen. I think it's all up to this man here, Eddie Follicle Transplant Hearn. As you can see, you know, he can spin a yarn. Look, he's tickling Amir's balls there and probably trying to give him a reach around. Yeah, he's got Amir eating out of his hand there, hasn't he? But Eddie needs Amir. He's got Joshua, but Bellew's coming to end, and then you've got Brook and Amir. They're your stars at Matchroom. If Bellew retires and Brook gets injured and don't fight again, because where's Kell Brook going at the moment? I don't know. If he don't fight again, it's Amir as far as I'm concerned, who's the big star after Joshua. Eddie Hearn needs Amir Khan, trust me. Now, he gives Eddie a bit of credibility, and he gives Sky a bit of credibility as well. As you can see, look at Eddie Hearn's follicle transplant. Can you see there? That's where the follicles are. He's had them added. That's good, turning into a comb over. Can you see? That's an Essex comb over. It looks quite bad, doesn't it? But what can you do? What can you do? We're surrounded by him, can't you? Eddie's there, he's telling Amir there, you stick with me, Amir, I'll make you into a megastar. Amir says, listen, Eddie, I was famous before you were even in boxing. I shut your mouth. You were running around carrying golf clubs for Lee Westwood before you met me, so shut your mouth, Eddie. Well, there you go, there's Eddie Hearn again. And there's Eddie Hearn, Nathan Cleverly, who don't want to speak to Eddie ever again. And Lee Selby, he'll never speak to Eddie again. The Eddie Hearn fan club. But it is what it is, isn't it? Will Eddie Hearn and Dillian ever fall out? Well, not while he's giving him pay-per-views. Dillian's got another pay-per-view, hasn't he, at Christmas against Chisora. His third pay-per-view, he's not been in a world title fight yet. Is that a record? Well, I think that's a record, that, innit? But it is what it is, innit? Let's have a look at me. Let's have a look in my box here. Let's see what we've got. My box of tricks. Pay-per-views for the rest of the year. Let's have a look at the pay-per-views for the rest of the year, shall we? Let's have a look. Frank Warren's got 3 pay-per-views before Christmas. Golovkin against Canelo, Warrington against Frampton, and Wilder against Fury. That's 3 pay-per-views from the Fish, old Fish Eyes. Then you've got Smith and Groves and ITV. That's 4. That's a Sowland or sewer. Sewerland, you know, like sewer where rats live, the sewers. Then you've got Femi against Povetkin. That's a mismatch. Bellew against Ersk. Ersk is a novice, 15-fight novice. Then you've got Khan against Pac-Man or Brook against Khan. And then you've got White Chisora at Christmas or just before. That's 8 pay-per-views from September to Christmas. Let me say that again. 8 pay-per-views. Did you hear me? 8. I'm not saying the fans are getting raped, but come on. Let's have it right. 8 pay-per-views. Next year we've got Dillian Whyte against Joshua in April. Then you've got Joshua against Miller in late summer, autumn. So then Joshua's having a break. So be ready for Miller to be built up with Joshua. That could even be in America, that. So that's just my opinion. I'm entitled to it. But when you look at the record of Triple G, who's he beat Triple G? Who's his best win, Triple G? What's he beat? 4 world champions? Who's he beat, Triple G? 4 or 5 world champs? 36-year-old. You're not beat no one. The era is poor. Let me say that again. The era is poor. Just like the heavyweights. When you've got Dillian Whyte, looking for his 3rd pay-per-view this Christmas and then his 4th pay-per-view in April, you're in a poor era. He gets his 4th pay-per-view in April, Dillian White, that's first chance he's going to have a world title. Jesus, Frotch must be turning in his sleep at night. He's only had 3 pay-per-views himself. Canelo's Canelo, he's a drug cheat. I don't count his wins as anything. That win against Amir Khan should be a no contest. And that brings us to Frank Warren chatting a load of shit about announcements and saying fights and 99.99% done. Frank, stop talking shit. Wilder Fury's not signed. Should have been announced last week. It's not announced, is it, Frank? You're talking shit. You're talking rubbish. Stop talking shit, Frank. Give the fans what they want. We don't want to see shit. We want to see good fights, Frank. But at least tell us when they're being announced. Do you know what I mean? Tell us. We don't want to see shit. And your cancellations like Cleverly against Hopkinson, Chisora against Wilder. You talk shit, Frank. Talk to us about announced fights when they're done. We don't want to hear 99% done, because that means it ain't fucking done. But heavyweight division and middleweight division are piss poor. Let me say that again. Piss poor. Do you know what I mean? Piss poor. But like I've just said about Kell Brook, what now for Kell Brook? What now? I don't know. Which brings me to my final point. Joe Fournier, ranked number 10 by the WBA. How on earth is Joe Fournier ranked number 10? The last 4 guys that Joe Fournier has fought, right? Let me show you. Let me show you the last 4 guys Joe Fournier's fought. There you go. Right, Joe Fournier, right? He's not fought since 2016. Look at the last 4 guys he's fought. Now let's have a look. There you go. Norton 8. He haven't got a fucking picture up him. Right. Johnny Ascendo, 1-12. Look at his CV. Utter shite. Look at all them losses. 1-12 he is. That's fucking embarrassing. Right. Francisco Suara. Look at him. Norton 14. Hey? Look at that. That's a joke, innit? And then the last guy he's fought, Antonio Sanchez. He's 1-12. Hey? What's all that about? What is all that about? How is Joe Fournier ranked WBA number 10? It's a joke. Look at them records there. Look at them there. He is ranked number 10 by the WBA. Look at that. That is a fucking abysmal by the WBA. Let me tell you this. I ain't even fucking started yet. Watch this one now. Watch this one. This is Conor Benn. Conor Benn. Right, watch this, boys and girls. Running out of time here. Right, Conor Benn. He's ranked 118 on BoxRec, yeah? See that? That's 118 BoxRec. Right? 13-0, 9 by KO. Look at these records here. Look at the guys he's fought. 2-3, 2-4, 3-6. Norton 1, 1-1, 1-4, 4-0, 4-0, 5-1, 8-5, 5-4, 13-8, 6-5. And what they've done, they've slipped the WBA, look, vacant WBA Association Continental belt in. Not an Intercontinental, it's a Continental, right? A vacant belt, that's a belt that's been created probably for about £4,000 or £5,000 to get him a ranking with the WBA. Now look, he's 118, can you see that? 118. Now watch this. Watch this now. Now watch this now, when we go to independent rankings for all sanctioning bodies. Watch this. Right, let's go straight to welterweight. Welterweight. Conor Benn, number 10. Can you see that? Hang on. Jeff Horn, number 10 for WBO. Hang on. Jeff Horn, number 10, WBO. I'm trying to educate you all tonight. Then you've got number 10, IBF, Gustio Clayton. Conor Benn, number 10 for WBA. Then you've got Amir Khan, number 10 for WBC. Look at that. Could you imagine any of them top 10 or 10 to 15? Look, fucking hell. Devin Alexander's number 15. What would Devin Alexander do to Conor Benn at number 10? The WBO is now an utter disgrace. It's a farce. They've got 2 champions. Look, Thurman and Pacquiao. It's a fucking disgrace. Amir Khan's number 10 for WBC. Could you imagine Khan against Conor Benn? It'd be a fucking bloodbath, wouldn't it? It'd be a fucking bloodbath. That's how sick boxing is at the moment. That's how sick it is. It's a mess. Boxing is a mess at the moment. And it's just a disgrace. It's just a disgrace. It's a disgrace, and what people need to do, you all need to complain against the WBA. We need to complain against these here, this organisation here. That's the WBA, and it's Gilberto Mendoza. He's on Twitter. All the WBA are, you need to tell them, and Eddie Hearn. I mean, how can Eddie Hearn have a go about Joe Fournier being number 10 with WBA when he's got Conor Benn in that ranking? That is fucking unbelievable, isn't it? Anyway, enough said about it now. Conor Benn should not be number 10 with the WBA. His box rate 118. He's not even got a central area or an English title. He's another disaster waiting to happen. He's another Anthony Yard. World ranked number 1, but he's not done anything. Conor Benn should not be nowhere near a number 10 ranking. Could you imagine him fighting Khan, who's ranked number 10 with WBC, or Jeff Horn, or any of them other guys, or Alexander ranked 15? It's a disgrace. But anyway, as regards the video I put out yesterday, the pool in Bradford, I got beat. I didn't even play a shot. The guy broke off and cleared up, so I would have liked to have come on here and said I won, but I didn't. I got beat. Never played a shot, so I was pissed off. So I never got round to doing a video on way home. So, but like I said, I just thought I'd get a few things off my chest. Mainly about Amir Khan and Kell Brook and the pay-per-view situation. But this with Conor Benn, it has just done me in with the WBA. I mean, the lads on the Nuthouse podcast have been pointing it out for months. I mean, how corrupt are the WBA? It's unbelievable, isn't it? Total shambles. But what can you do? That's boxing for you, isn't it? That is boxing. But I just wonder where that Kell Brook's going at the moment. I just wonder where he's going. But it is what it is anyway, so I hope everybody's alright. Shout out to SAS Digital, Ali Churchill's Taylors in Doncaster celebrating 50 year. And a shout out to K Official, who make the Porky hoodies and t-shirts. They're selling pretty good at the moment. And a few people have asked for my Twitter handle. I think it's here. Instagram. Hello. PorkyCorner@mail.com. That's for the questions. That's my email. Porky's Corner Instagram. And then you've got @BigVern44_ Twitter. Porky's _corner, that's Instagram. So it is what it is, isn't it? So there you go. It's all good, isn't it? It's all good stuff. So peace out, and I hope everybody has a good start to the week, like I've had a good start today. Alright. Robin Reed with his multi-bits. Take care, and God bless.